Welcome to the Drive-In. I am here today. I'm Eric, and I'm having the opportunity to talk with the cast and director of Exceptional Beings, a new movie that's coming out. Ciarra Carter, Dane Oliver, Rachel Thundat, the stars, and the director, Njedeh Anthony. How are you all doing today?
Amazing.
Fabulous.
I'm really excited to get to talk to you all about this one. I'm very curious about it. Unfortunately, I get to ask my first question, which is I would like to know about the casting process for this, because this is a story about gods. And when you take such heavy, like mythological icons, you have to be careful who fits what role. And I was fairly impressed with the way that you all embody these different characters. So I just really wanted to know what the casting process was like.
Well, the casting, we just basically on paper you have an idea of what you want to do, but by the time you get it to script, it's something totally different. Like, I think while writing this, the only person that I kind of knew, because I'd worked with Dane before, so Dane was the only person I kind of knew. And basically Ciarra's, when Ciarra came in, it was it was very interesting, because it's almost like Ciarra kind of knew that she already had the role before she even got into the role, and Rachel, on the other hand, just like, oh, what the heck, I don't think she would have cared if she got it or not, but I mean, because she kind of like immediately she was just there, she kind of just the embracing was just perfect. So yeah, it was actually, again, it was during COVID, so we had that we had to deal with, like, unlike I think the previous one we did, we got everybody together and we started casting, but in this scenario we had to basically set it up, I think, every 15 minutes for the people that were auditioning and coming in, and yeah, that was the process.
Okay. I like that. I like the stories you just mentioned for the characters. I can imagine the person playing Athena being like, no, I am Athena. No, yes, absolutely.
Oh
Sure.
yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I'll let her
So,
tell you more about that.
yeah, I was wondering if each of you could tell me a little bit. I guess I'd like to start with Ciarra about what the character means to you, Athena.
I freaking love Athena. I tell the story all the time, and I'm sure my castmates and director Njedeh is tired of hearing the story. But I felt as though I manifested the character. I mean, I am in love with Greek mythology and Egyptian history, and so when I read the script, I was like, "This is me. This is my character. I am her. She is me." And it's so funny because, I mean, like you said, we have this interpretation when we read these scripts, of what they look like and how they are. So when I had the opportunity to audition for them, I had on this totally different outfit than, because that was what was in my head, than what finally wardrobe gave me for the film. And I was like, oh, okay, I had no idea. But it was so much fun. It was great. And when the first time I was able to audition for them in person, I did my audition. I felt really good about it. And I was like, yeah, I mean, this is my character, so I have nothing to worry about. But just in case, let me just see who else comes in the door after me, and see what's going on. So, like you said, it was 15 minutes increments, and I waited. I'm like, who is coming in here to play Athena? Because they better not be seeing anybody else. No. I saw a few people, and I was like, what the heck? I'm wasting my time. That is my character. So I literally just owned it, within myself, and I just let it be, and when I was offered the role, I was like, yes, I told y'all saw it too, right? So yeah, I love Athena. She will live with me forever. I freaking love that character. She's amazing.
Awesome. Well, then I'd like to hear a little bit from Dane next, because Rachel's character, I have a specific way of wording that question. So so Dane, tell me a little bit about playing Hermes, and tell me a little bit about apples.
Before I did this film, I always used to make fun of the villain moment where they pick up mid-monologue an apple and take a bite out of it. And then I got an apple on this set, and I was like, "Oh, this is the best thing I've ever had in my life. I never want to act any other way except with an apple in my hand, nonstop." I mean, obviously, in this film, the apple has a great deal of metaphor going on too, right? This deals a great deal with, as much as it deals with Greek mythology, it also starts to dip its toe into Christian mythology and the other world religions. So the apple is not insignificant that Hermes is carrying that around and that it is constantly on his head. Playing Hermes in general is incredible. Anytime you get to dip your toe into Greek mythology, anytime you get to swim in that deep, deep well of resources and fiction and storytelling is just a phenomenal opportunity. Because then you also get to find out what version of this god you're playing. When Njedeh first told me that he was thinking about having me play Hermes, I was like, that's incredible. And also, that tells me almost nothing. Like, I have seen the Greek gods represented in so many different ways. This isn't even my first project where I played a Greek mythological character. Like, there are so many options. So I was excited, I was thrilled, but I also had no idea what I was doing and just sort of trusted that he knew that I was the right one for the role because I didn't know what that role was going to be. And then, like Ciarra said, you get the script and you're like, oh, that's the world we're living in. And then it was a whole new level of excitement because getting to play a Greek god is incredible baseline. But then I got to read this version of Hermes who is quippy and stylish and so many things.
It made me think a little bit of Good Omens. I mean, you just felt lived. You guys did a good job. Like, I feel like you had good chemistry as people who have lived like hundreds of years and are so comfortable in your own skin, and that really came across. And I thought that was great. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, let me ask. So, okay. So the both of you, it is as a part of the story here, this question of who is Rachel's character, and I was wondering if Rachel could talk to me about playing layers, you know, because you have to go through so much emotion and you have to deliver on reacting to so many heartfelt moments and things. It just felt like there was a lot of weight on your shoulders with the emotion of the movie. I don't know if you felt that way, or what was it like for you playing your role?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, like you said, Mina is such a layered character, and obviously for you and people who have seen the film, you'll realize why. And, you know, the whole first half of the movie, she's, you know, the scared girl, and I feel like she, you know, really strings them along for a long time. So playing that, you know, is just, you know, trying to keep my guys, I guess, without giving too much away, is, you know, was a very vital part of her character, and you know the ultimate acting challenge, I guess, for Mina as a character, or as a person, I mean. But yeah, and then, you know, she, at the end, you'll see her, you know, the dichotomy of her character there. And I think there's so much more in the story than you see at first. You know, at the end, my relationship with Athena and all these moments where, you know, Mina has been, I really don't want to give anything away, but Mina has been out for so long, and, you know, living in the human world and seeing those moments of her that are questioning humanity and are, you know, still human, but also godlike, was very interesting, and a very interesting challenge to play, especially considering her relationship with Athena.
Yeah. Okay, and so just a little bit more than that, if I could hear from the director, Njedeh, if you could tell me, in the creation of this and building on this, you balance multiple mythologies. Everyone seems to live in a world where it's like all history's mythology. There's like an explanation or a reason for different cultures to have embodied these things in different ways, and I was just curious if you could speak a little more to the importance of combining and layering these mythologies.
Yeah, absolutely. Because to be honest, as much as there is a lot of correlation, between even Christianity, mythology, even the concept of existence. Like if with the gods themselves, if you check we have Venus, and Venus is called Aphrodite. I mean, it's like the gods are all recycled, and this goes way back. And that's, we tried to put that, we hope to share it with the audience in the movie, in the sense that we wanted to put that recycled concept of what religion is. It keeps going from one time to the other, and apparently in the movie we wanted to basically make people understand that there is a shared existence. There's a point where I think Hermes was saying, basically, when he was in the car and he was talking to Nina, and he basically starts saying that there was a time that they washed the earth, and they washed the air they left behind. Now all of a sudden they've been replaced by celebrities, which is the reality. Because right now there are lots of people that wake up and basically they literally will jump over a building if a celebrity tells them to jump over a building. It's the world we live in. It's like we always have to believe in something we believe is greater than ourselves.
Yeah. Okay, so I was wondering if you could kick off also my next question, which is a big one that I always ask. What do you hope that audiences will take away from telling this story?
For me, I love them. I mean, I want them to. It's almost like I want them to basically question nearly everything. To be honest, question nearly everything, because every single sentence that each and every single one of the characters write has lots of layers to it. It's not just a simple. It means so much more when you go back and you watch it again. So they should watch it and watch it again.
Okay. So you hope they'll take away from it. Keep watching it. Like that's that's minimizing it, but I like that.
Everything else that any of the other actors have done. Keep watching everything they've done and everything they will do.
It all connects. Yeah. But yeah, Ciarra, what would you hope that audiences take away from the movie, your performance, anything?
Literally, once I feel as though once I've delivered what I've delivered, and poured my heart and soul into it, at the end of the day, I want them to enjoy it. I want them to enjoy it and, let it speak to them, how it speaks to them, and just leave it there.
Dane?
For sure.
That's very giving of you. I have a very specific thing I want from them. You interpret my art the way I want, gosh darn it. No, I just want them to have a wild ride. This movie it's got a lot of ups and downs and twists and turns, and I hope they enjoy those.
Okay. And Rachel?
This movie is so exciting and it has so many parts and layers. And yes, I want the audience to enjoy it and to have fun watching it. But I do think, there is a deeper message in it. And I hope that they find that, like Ciarra said, whatever that means to them. But, my character specifically had a very specific realization at the end. And to me, that spoke to me as like, no matter what happens in life, it really just boils down to our human nature. And all we really want is love and trying to understand this idea of love. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
Great. So when and where are people going to be able to see Exceptional Beings?
So Exceptional Beings is coming out on the 31st. And basically, we got the acquisition with Freestyle. So basically, the movie will be on Amazon, iTunes, nearly all the platforms there is. And it's available for everyone to see. For now, it's just in North America. So by the time it goes worldwide, we'll probably do a release for that.
I really thank you guys for the opportunity to watch it, for being here and talking with me. And I really hope our audience goes out and supports it.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.